Started a very serious June party at Game Jam yesterday. And for this jam, I want to use a custom engine that I've been working on for a while. I call it GEV0, and I'll put a link to his GitHub repository in the description. I've participated in other game jams before, but all of them are either using Godot or Unity. So this is going to be the first time I'm using a custom engine for a game jam. I've been getting into graphics and game engine development recently, so I really want to use this chance to test out how my engine will perform in an almost real-world scenario. I also want to check and fix issues that wouldn't have been visible in the reference game I used to build the engine. As of recording this, it's been a day since I've started the jam, and these are what I've worked on so far. So first, the project setup. It really took a considerable amount of time to set up the project, so the first thing I would want to do after this jam is to either create a CLI tool or a starter template to make managing projects easier. There are many more tools the starter template because that reduces the amount of effort I have to do, especially compared to the CLI tool. So after the project setup, I started trying to look for ideas on what game I was going to build for the jam. And the very first thing I thought when I saw the theme was spin to win was gambling. But then continued watching the video, I saw that it wasn't really allowed, or at least not encouraged. So I just continued looking for ideas and came up with several ideas and thoughts. And one of them that really stuck was, what if spinning was a traversal mechanic? Following that line of thought, I went with spinning being used for dashing leader. Basically, something like this. There's also an issue I noticed while testing this prototype. That is this, basically. I don't really know if there's enough time to fix this bug before the end of the jam, because it's an issue with how the rendering logic and the physics engine gets updated internally. Or at least that's what I'm going with as an initial diagnosis of the problem. Because since everything runs on a single thread, it means that separating this logic would require a lot of adjustment to the internals of the engine. We'll have to put everything into separate threads. Or I could just take the point where the player collides with the floor and always push the player up to that point, so I can save the engine from having to do at least 3 times more work. So I'm ending up with this bug in the game I'm building this jam. Maybe I'll design the levels around the possibility of exploiting them, but I'll still ultimately have to fix the bug after the jam. Other than that, what I'd want to do after posting would be to implement and design the levels for the game and make the dial spin a bit faster because it's looking a little slow to me. Though I may not end up using any really cool arts for the game, also because I'm going solo and I'm not really good with that aspect of game development. But that's it for now, and I'll see you next time. Probably next week if I feel like going on a weekly schedule wouldn't burn me out.